So this next method I'm going to show you to stabilize a Conibear trap is definitely the easiest one. This is what you would use if you just had a Conibear trap. A stake would be great to have. If not, you could wire it off to something, you know, in a woodland setting. But this is my go-to set. If I just have traps, no support stands, nothing fancy. I utilize this a lot with 220s. So I'm not seeing a lot of muskrat sign this year, and that's a good thing. The muskrats moved into this pond and were overrunning it real quick before I got things under control. But what I've got behind me here is an old muskrat den that's actually starting to collapse. I still set steel in the hole primarily as maintenance. Everywhere a muskrat could be, I'm going to set a trap. I do not want them here. An added benefit to that is mink run the perimeter of this pond a lot and check in any holes for food. So usually once or twice a year I'll catch a mink just with a blind trail set like this. So they're a little tough to see when they're not active, but right here is a old muskrat den entrance. So you can see this is like an 18-inch long stake. You know, I can get the angle right, and that stake is going to go, there it is, all the way back into the den. So a Conibear 110 is going to fit just exactly over that hole. So unlike the other two sets where I showed you where I was in deeper water and I was comfortable using, you know, either a Conibear stand for a stake or a piece of lath board, in this situation, you know, I'm just as likely to get a coon as a mink or something else. So I'm going to stake it with a full stake. So again, we can see the old muskrat den is right here, and then that 110 fits right over the hole. It's all staked off right now, but as you can see, without a support, you know, any animal that tried to hit that, it would just tip right over. So to stabilize this trap using the stick method, I'm just going to jab a stick in both cross pieces, and you can see, you know, that trap will trip before it tips over now. I have a stick going in at one angle, and I'm between the jaws right here. And I'm between these corner jaws. And then this intersection is free of the dog of the trap. So this trap can still fire with no problem. And here's a pretty good view of what I'm talking about by between the jaws. So it doesn't get a lot simpler than that. Okay, no equipment, no excuses. You've got a Conibear trap, this is how you set it off the landscape. Break off two sticks, you know, approximately, you know, a foot long, 16 inches. Drive them in at two different angles across the top. Leave your X opening clear of the dog of the trap that's actually going to spring when it sets off, and it's good to go. Just be sure to stake it off or tie it off to something solid, because this trap, if you get something bigger than you anticipate, is going to be gone. This has been Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you next time.